Salve discipuli. This is Help for Your Latin Studies in Henle First Year Latin, exercise number 177. In this exercise, we'll be translating some sentences from Latin into English, and we've been introduced to a couple more vocabulary words and some interesting things that we can do with one of our new vocabulary words, which is ab, a. If I just cover this over, ab, a is a preposition that takes the ablative and it means from. And the reason why we're given it in two forms is because if it's before a noun or if it's before a word with a vowel that begins with a vowel, then we'll use ab. If it's before a word that begins with a consonant, then we'll use a, which is just that a with the macron. So similar in English to how we use a and an as those articles, whether they come before a word with a vowel or a consonant. Okay, in Latin, this word ab, a, works the same way, and it means from. It's a preposition, takes the ablative. I think I said that. The other interesting thing about that preposition, or what we're going to be doing with that preposition, is compounding it with the different forms of sum. So we have our present, imperfect, and future tense here. I've got my grammar book open to rules 346 through 348. And if we take that, that preposition ab and put it in front of one of the forms of sum, smush them together, make it one word, then we would translate it as I am away, ab sum, or ab es, you are away, or ab est, he, she, it is away for present tense. Or say, let's jump down here, aberamos, we were away. So you're taking that idea of the preposition from and pairing it with a form of sum, compounding those together, and then you have the idea of a person being away. Okay, so that's one of our vocabulary. The other one is longe, which is another adverb meaning far or by far. And you're going to see several different uses of these new vocabulary words in the sentences in exercise 177. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. It says, hiberna ab opido gallorum non longe aberrant. So we know hiberna is our subject here. It means winter quarters. And then we have our new word ab, from. Opido, we know that means town. Gallorum, Gauls. This orum ending is a plural and genitive, so it's going to show possession of the Gauls. Then we have non, which is an adverb that negates usually our verb. It's going to negate that, so non. Then we have longe, our other new word, far or by far. And then look at this, aberrant. So we took that ab, that new preposition, and smushed it together, compounded it together with the verb errant. So we need to look in our grammar book and see, where do we see errant? And it's right here. It's imperfect, it's plural, third person. They were. So we're gonna translate aberrant as they were away. But we're gonna also negate it, right, with that non. So they were not away. And we might even throw in that adverb, right? They were not far away. So as we look at the whole thing, we can sort of start to translate and make sense of it. So what was not far away? Let's look at this. Hiberna, the winter quarters, were not far away from our new preposition, opido gallorum, the town of the Gauls. So there it is, the winter quarters they were, right? They were not known, far, longe, away, because we've got that compound with sum of ab. So the winter quarters were not far away, ab opido gallorum, from the town of the Gauls. Okay. I think the answer key actually says a town. Again, there's no translation for articles, so yeah, I think either one will work there. Okay, number 2 says, Caesar longe aberat a castris. So here's our subject, Caesar, Caesar. What's being said about Caesar? Aberat. Okay, so that's another compound of ab plus a form of the sum verb, right? So let's look at erat. Let's look for it here. It's an imperfect singular third person, he, she, it was. Okay, so past tense. He, she, it was away because we've compounded it with ab, right? And we're talking about Caesar. And we're also going to modify it with this adverb longe, which means far. So Caesar was far away. And then we've got a castris. Let me write this first. Caesar was far away. Okay, we got our subject and our verb. A castris. So remember, because it's coming before a word that begins with a consonant, instead of ab, we'll use a, and it means from. And then it takes the ablative. Castris means camp. So from the camp. Caesar was far away from the camp. I hope this has been helpful to you. Have a great day.